Bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.
Highway.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? The Cowboys have gone bold, all right? They made a trade for George Pickens. This is serious. Have more time. Boom. All right. We're back, baby.
Now, first, the big news for the Dallas Cowboys. They have now finally gone all in. They are finalizing a deal. The Cowboys are for George Pickens, the former now Steelers star receiver. Obviously, the Steelers acquired DK Metcalf earlier in this offseason. You wondered immediately, what would that mean for George Pickens? Is there essentially room in the receiver room for both of them? All parties said the right thing. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys very quietly worked on this big-time deal, tried to get it done before the draft, was not able to come to completion. Then, over the last couple of days, restarted the process of trying to acquire George Pickens. In the end, that is exactly what is going to happen, a deal that should be finalized today. In all, it is a third-round pick going to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for George Pickens. Also expected to be a late round pick swap in that deal, but basically around third round value for George Pickens, which if you look at the landscape of receiver deals over the course of this offseason, that's about what it is, a little more, a little less. The Dallas Cowboys now acquire a huge talent, someone to help Dak Prescott, someone to help CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb tweeting about it last night on social media, was extremely excited, it seemed, about the deal. There's also a risk for the Cowboys. Pickens has certainly had his moments with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the talent you cannot question, and he is now headed to Dallas.
All right. I like this move, man. We had just talked about this, and you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You know, you get a little bit of the knucklehead that is George Pickens, but you cannot deny what he does on the field. So gives the Cowboys a legitimate number 2 receiver there opposite of CeeDee Lamb. This offense should be well improved versus last season. So this was a good move. Cowboys trade details right here. All right. Basically a third rounder, like I said. I was hoping there would have been some sort of extension in this trade, but it's not. So this is basically a 1-year rental. All right, because he will be an unrestricted free agent next season. So it is a 1-year rental until an extension is made, if there is one. If not, the Cowboys could see how he performs this season and maybe franchise tag him. Okay, so Cowboys will have some options here, but as the contract is in place right here, if you take a look at the contract, you know, he will be a free agent. So it's a 1-year rental for right now. Okay, so we'll see how everything gels together. Hopefully this will work out for all parties. You know what I mean? And the Cowboys won't have to go on another wide receiver goose hunt again. All right. So I love this move. This is way better than the Mingo trade. You know what I mean? You always gotta pray that they don't screw up a trade. I think they nailed this one here. This is a good trade for the Cowboys. One of the better ones on paper. So I think for sure the Cowboys offense is going to be one that needs to be, considered, a legitimate offense. You know what I mean? Like, now we have the offense, we have weapons out there. There's absolutely no excuses for Dak. You know, you've got your 2 receivers, you've got tight ends, you have a revamped running game that should be doing really well. So you got a revamped O-line. So Cowboys, I think this has made them competitive again in a very strong division. So George Pickens for a 3rd-round pick, not bad, man, and not bad at all. Okay, so who made the trade? Was it Stephen Jones or was this a Jerry Jones move? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think this means. Who pulled this trade off? You know what I mean? To me, it feels like Jerry Jones, bold. This type of player, like a T.O. type of dude, this seems like a Jerry Jones move. This doesn't seem like a Stephen Jones, freaking conservative ass, bullshit ass move. So I like this move, man. I think it's going to help out the offense, and I think it brings the fan base back, baby. All right. I know it brings me back, man. It reminds me of that scene from The Godfather when just when I'm out, they pull me back in. All right, that's what it feels like, man. So yeah, it's good, man. Re-energize the fan base. We don't want to get overhyped. You do have to, be mindful of that, including myself. You know what I mean? This is exciting. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we do need to. We need to win in the playoffs, dude. We need to get there. We need to advance in the playoffs. And we need to make a damn move. It can't be the same crap, dude. So I'm happy about this move, man. This re-energizes me as well. And the channel, I love it. I think it's good. And we'll see how everything goes, right? So on paper, everything looks beautiful. All right. Once things get going on the field, that'll be the real tell of the season. But Cowboys, thank God, man. Thank God they are not rolling in there with Jalen Tolbert and these other misfits that really aren't that good. Now you got CeeDee Lamb, you've got Pickens. It's a good 1-2 punch there. A really good 1-2 punch, man. You like the traits of George Pickens coming out of Georgia. He's got the long arms, the catch radius, good catching hands. So, I like the player here. Here's what Dane Brugler said about George Pickens in the draft class when he came out in the draft. So, take a look at this. So overall, in college, he had a good year in 2019. Missed some time here with injuries. Also in 2021, injuries as well. Missed 11 games with a knee injury. So, and we've seen it in the NFL as well. He does get dinged up. So, while he is a good addition, he will probably miss some time. Dane Brugler said his overall summary. Overall, Pickens has a discount sticker on him after missing most of 2021, but he is a graceful athlete with outstanding ball tracking and 50-50 finishing skills. He has wide receiver 1 traits and potential if he returns to pre-injury form and continues to refine his routes. All right, so another thing to note here, his combine versus pro days, the hand size, right? So the combine, his hand size was 8 3/4, and at the pro day it was 9 3/8. So the question is on his hand, does he indeed have big hands or not? All right. That I don't think is a big deal, though. He has been productive with the Steelers. So that's Dane Brugler on George Pickens. All right. So, yeah, man, this is a good move for the Cowboys. Guys, let me know what you think. Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling recharged as a fan? Do you think the Cowboys are back in the division here as far as like being competitive? Bringing out, now we have firepower, bro. I love this shit, bro. I'm excited, dude. Like I really am. But I don't want to fall into that booby trap. All right, I don't want to fall into that booby trap that are the Cowboys. So excited, but I'm gonna I'm gonna be careful, bro. Let me know what you guys think about the trade in the comments. How would you rate it? Do you give it an A, B, C, or what do you grade this trade? And now we just talked about the offseason. I think this moves my grade from a C plus to a B plus. You know what I mean? I think this is really a good ending probably to the offseason. I don't see them doing any other big moves at this point. I think that's going to be it for these guys. You know what I mean? So I like the move. I like the trade. Let me know what you guys thought. Peace.
Yeah, old school, baby.